Good morning, Shani. Welcome to your job interview.
Good morning, Scientist Ashvika.
Today I would like to tell you about my idea on desalinating saltwater and how you'd like to implement my idea in the real world.
Okay.
So, as you know, just about last year, California was in a severe drought. We were told to use less water for watering our gardens, landscaping, irrigation, consumption, and other household usages. This is why I decided to create a fuel and energy efficient, economically practical way of desalinating saltwater. Also, because 97% of Earth is covered with salt water, leaving only 3% of water for us to consume and use for other household tasks.
Okay.
And also for large projects like landscaping irrigation, which require tons and tons of water.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, let me show you how my experiment works.
Okay.
Here's a diagram of a current green sustainable method known as photocatalytic sodas. This method incorporates titanium dioxide and zinc oxide to purify water. Two major drawbacks of this method are that titanium dioxide coating blocks UV radiation, which is extremely harmful for the water, and titanium dioxide coatings wash off after several uses. This is why photocatalytic sodas is not a good method to purify your water. For this experiment, you will need one large glass bowl, a smaller bowl, a cup of salt water, some salt test strips, some plastic food wrap, and some sand. Let's proceed with our experiment. Now let's find an ideal location for our experiment to absorb some sunlight in. How about right here? That seems good. In this diagram, you can take a quick glance at how my experiment is set up. As you can see, the sun's rays hit the plastic wrap, which evaporates the water, which then rises up as water vapor, condenses, and collects back into the cup. This is a simple process of evaporation and condensation using solar energy. So, now that you know a little bit about my experiment, why don't you take this time to write down your ideas and jot down some quick notes
Okay.
about how you can implement my idea in the real world.
So I plan on implementing your idea in the real world by having it set out in every single local beach in the area. There will be a small restricted area just for the 3 or 4 devices out there so that visitors don't touch or alter its settings. My main purpose of having your idea out in the ocean is so it can absorb sunlight at an ideal location and so the seawater to be purified is easily accessible. I plan on having a strong rope attached on the side of our device which will be connected to a strong large rock on the other side. The large rock will be placed and anchored onto the sand so the device will then drift off into the ocean. The saltwater will have come inside the device using kind volunteers or workers who will collect the water from the ocean. We can be assured that the experiment won't sink into the ocean because the density of our device is less than that of the ocean, so your device will float. I plan to keep your experiment close to the shore though, so it doesn't get affected by tidal waves or go too far off. I plan to deposit the clean water into large factories and use for large projects. This water should not be consumed.
Okay, Shani, now we'll be testing the water using some test strips, which you should know how to do, so it's all yours.
So first, should we test the fresh water?
Yes.
Okay. So the first step is to put it in the water for 2 seconds, correct?
Yes, 2 seconds, and then we'll match it on the side of the box. It's pretty dark there,
Yeah.
as you guys can
That looks
probably
like
see.
1500 ppm. That's the
Of
darkest.
sodium chloride.
Yeah.
Yes, it matches on the box, so you should be
So
able to
that's
see.
the fresh water. Now,
That's the fresh water, and we'll be comparing this to the water inside our bowl to make sure that's fresh too.
okay, let's open it up. Let's try and pour some of this water.
Yes. Pour as much as you can inside the straw. Yes, that's good. And let me hand you another test strip. Some box. Okay. Here you go. It should be the same as that is in fact the same as the freshwater test, as you can see.
So now we know this method works.
Yes, and it matches on the box as 1500 ppm of sodium chloride. Thank you, Engineer Ishani.
Thank you, Scientist Ashvika.
Thank you for your interview, Ishani. We look forward to seeing you in the near future. Results will come by mail in a week or two.
Thank you.